Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company podcast, where Anthony is running a little late.
Well, when we tell him to be on time, he tends to got 10 other things he's got to do.
Yeah, suddenly he remembers all the things. Yeah, but we do have a guest here with us. We've got Juan Gonzalez. Welcome to the show, Juan.
Hola, hola.
Nice to have you here, and we are doing some projects this week. I think we can talk about it, right?
It's a crazy week. It's been an insane week. I think it's just because we've had so much to do the last week.
So many different things going on.
Yeah. So Anthony is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He has finally arrived. What's going on, man?
I had to travel pretty far to go find myself what could be the most delicious Pepsi drink of all time.
Oh,
This is Pepsi Zero Sugar Mango flavor.
Have we not talked about that on the show yet? Because I've been drinking those for like 2 weeks now, and I'm in love.
Something I like to do personally, right? This is just me, right? Because I like the Hispanic culture, and so I like to take a little bit of tahini, right, and place it into my mango Pepsi. It adds a little bit of spice, right? It's pretty good. I'm kidding. Don't actually do that.
Somebody was about to go try that.
That might be disgusting.
That could have been bad.
No, I'm going to try it.
I was telling Juan, one of my favorite candies of all time is the mango little suckers, little suckers with the chili on the chili powder on the outside. Delicious.
I could see you recreating.
And what do we call those, one?
I believe those are paletas de chile, and I'm going to speak in Spanish so I can tell the people that are listening, they're not Spanish, they probably can tell us exactly what they are, but in Mexico hay paletas que son como en forma de elote, que son amarillos y tienen como chile piquín ahí. So, si alguien que esté aquí, que esté en México, saben cuáles paletas me refiero, pero creo que son los pelones.
Pelones.
Yep. Right.
So
that sounds right.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell you guys, and so they're really good.
My kid loves them.
Yeah, they're delicious. And so that, do you guys remember Lucas? Do you know what Lucas was? It was a lemon.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lemon salt. It's like a little, it's like a salt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was called Lucas, but it was like a lemon lime powder, right? And you put it in your hand, you can lick it, or you can
salt and lemon.
Yeah, you can put it on things, and that was my favorite thing as a kid, and it was our favorite candy in like elementary school, junior high. Everybody had Lucas, and that was before the hot Cheeto craze happened, right? Because I love hot Cheetos as well. My stomach nowadays cannot handle hot Cheetos, but as a kid, I guess I was bulletproof, right? Yeah. Basically, as Dane would like to say, it's like living on the tip of a sword.
Well, let me tell you. Speaking of living on the tip of a sword,
not a place you want to be sitting for long.
Saturday night, Augie and I, we're at the store getting some sodas, right? Getting our weekly soda run.
Okay.
Picked up 3 12-packs of Diet Pepsi.
Ooh, good night.
2 12-packs of Diet Mountain Dew for the homestead. And what did Augie see? 12-pack Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar in cans.
What?
He was like, I got to get this.
They canned it.
I said, sure thing, bud.
Awesome.
So we put it in the kit, headed home. Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock, I woke up, or I didn't wake up, but I was walking in and out of the house doing some yard projects, and Augie had laid out all his cans, right? Set them out, pulled them free, and lined them up like a little wall.
Yeah.
There was only 6 of them.
Okay.
So my wife goes, "Oh, you got your soda? Why is there only 6 left?" And Og stops and looks at us. Homeboy had pounded and annihilated 6 cans of Mountain Dew Major Melon.
Oh, no.
Why do I feel like Sharuka's going to pop up in the comments?
Like
10 a.m.
It's like 300 milligrams of caffeine.
That boy, he's 6 years old.
Yeah.
He had annihilated. I mean, there were 6 cans in the house. He had one when he got home. I let him have one. Yeah. So he had 5 that morning.
He found 5 more. Ooh.
And had drank them. And I looked at Carly and I said, I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Check his insulin levels. Hopefully he doesn't have a spike from that.
Thankfully, zero sugar.
Thankfully.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But Carly was like, 1 a day, Og.
Yeah.
1 a day. You've got 6 left.
Yeah.
And
before we jump into it, let's do some quick housekeeping,
housekeeping.
a little bit of
Yes.
house everything for this week here at the Rag Company. So obviously, our week's not over yet. We still have plenty of filming to do.
Oh, boy.
We have more guests coming into town to help with the Subaru project. Last week was fantastic. We want to give a huge shout out to DVK, Dylan Von Kleist, Troy Klinken.
Beard.
I'll never get used to saying that last
It's
name.
a
Troy,
fun
I'm
last
sorry.
So
right?
this is some great names.
Some great names, right? So who else do we have in the house? We had obviously one. We had who else?
Jason Otterness.
Another fun
We had
last name.
Jason Kilmer.
David Patterson.
David Patterson.
DP, yeah.
And
Buck Hogaboom.
And Buck Hogaboom.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. Well, and Eric Joseph.
And Eric Joseph, of course.
And then Jason's camera guy.
And Jason's camera guy, Jose.
Yeah. So
it
was
Also,
it
very
was,
cool guy, by the way.
It was a packed house, and so last week there was just one thing after another with that car, so we didn't really have a whole lot of downtime, and any time of downtime we had was spent hosting the guests, right?
Yeah.
Dane took them out, showed them a good time. It was great,
Till about
fantastic.
11:30 at night.
Yeah.
One of those on Thursday night, so there's still a day left of stuff. So
It was
that was a fun Friday.
hectic week, but this week, so we have more to go. We are launching a sale this week. I did get the confirmation that is happening. So let's just say, right?
That's on Thursday?
That
Wednesday?
was on Wednesday. So April showers bring
May drying towels.
Large ships called the Mayflower.
You guys are partially right there, but I'm just going to go ahead and correct everybody. So yes, potentially there will be a drying towel sale. I don't want to say too much, right? Potentially.
April showers bring May sales. April sales.
Yeah, something like that. So. But yes, so stay tuned. If you're not already signed up for the details email newsletter at theragcompany.com, please do. That way you have some insight on when these things happen. But drying towel sale possibly happening. We'll see what happens. We'll go from there. And then that'll run probably through, I'm guessing, Monday or either Sunday night. And so if you have to stock up on anything, that would be a good time to do it because our next sale won't be happening until Labor Day.
Until May, actually.
When is Labor
Mother's
Day?
I think, is the next one.
Mother's Day? Okay, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day weekend.
So
or Memorial Day.
Which is actually
which is then Memorial Day. So it's
Memorial Day.
basically,
Sorry,
we're probably going to combine or we'll
Labor
probably add it and extend it or something.
I get Memorial Day and Labor Day mixed up, the verbiage mixed up constantly.
I do May. Memorial Day.
L September.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
No, but that's why you know Memorial Day is always in May.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So then you always know that Labor Day is going to be in
Perfect.
September.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Whereas
and then,
Mother's Day is like you've already had Labor Day.
Yeah, that's right.
And, you get it?
Yeah.
I like that. So basically stay tuned for that because, and then Mother's Day sale may just be a hair turban sale.
It might be. You never know.
Kidding.
That could be. Actually, I bet that would do. People who get the turbans love.
They do love the hair turbans. They are very nice. We should wear some.
Mother's Day.
Down? You guys down? We all have one.
It's like, oh, I just stepped out of the shower and immediately into the podcast.
Dane will come in with his robe.
Dave will wear his robe.
I don't think anybody wants that.
But anyway, so that's pretty much all the housekeeping. Other than that, we're just looking forward to a busy week and hopefully being able to play with more detailing products, being able to use some more stuff. I know that there's something in the works. There's something in the pipeline from somebody. I can't say any more than that, but I think the timing will be pretty good here, and hopefully we'll have some answers soon on a new product that I'm really excited for.
It'll be fun.
And so
nice.
But last week, crazy week, lots
Yeah.
of stuff. We worked on that car. Those of you wondering, we worked on the Subaru project. We had everybody in town because we needed to polish it. We needed to wet sand all the fresh paint. We had to polish all that paint, and then we also had to continuously clean the car some more and get it ready to actually coat.
Which is where Juan came in.
So Juan and Buck came, and both of them are accredited CSU installers for G-Technic. So we had them there. So they installed CSU, and that only took you guys like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. I actually was talking to Buck about it because he was sweating. He was like, "Oh man, this is the first time I actually
Worked hard."
We did this. I mean, like it's hard, to work with somebody that you have never worked, but we both know exactly what we were doing. We both know about the temperature changing. We looked at the temperature. It's like, this is gonna be pretty easy. We can nail this. So he went one side, I went the other side, and boom. we got it all together in half an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour.
It's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
It happened in a flash.
Literally.
Get it?
Yeah.
A flash. Happened in a flash.
But it was a good week, and then this week Juan and I are going to be doing a new project together here at the Rag Company. So that's what Juan's here for.
Yep.
And then Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to have Rennie and Keith, probably Sydney as well, here to help us with some new PNS products that are getting ready to become available.
Nice.
And so we're going to shoot some video with that. For you guys, so that way you can hopefully see it, and they'll be on hopefully the live Q&A with us
Yeah.
on Thursday, so we can do some stuff, and then we get to take a break for about a week, and then I believe Andrew is coming into town
Right.
the
Yep.
following week after that. So we're gonna have some guests.
We love
but-
all our guests. It's just, boy, when you pack them all together just week after week after
Yeah.
week, there comes a point where you're like, okay, just need a breather.
So this was a crazy week. Anthony, what did you do this weekend to relax, to
Hmm.
chill out, to take the edge off
Oh, Levi,
the sleepless weekends or sleepless weekdays?
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Great segue.
No, that's a great segue. So Friday night, my night was spent, honestly, actually on the racing simulator, right?
Oh,
So I needed to
Yeah,
just
unwind.
let some steam loose, right?
Yeah.
So basically started that bad boy up, chose my car, right? Went and ripped around. I did some mile driving, and then I started doing some more spirited stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, it was full on race car. I had a helmet on. I had
Oh,
gloves
wow.
on. I had an industrial fan blowing in my
Okay,
face.
all right, because you were
Just
getting
to
hot.
make the rush
Oh,
of
okay.
air,
Yeah.
basically, and it was a good time.
Did Katie ask questions?
She
why?
usually does, but then
Okay.
I kind of give her the look like hey, I'm a professional racing
Well, you had your
driver.
visor down, so she couldn't really look
Right,
you in
yeah.
the eyes.
Exactly.
Could have
right?
been anybody at that point.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I didn't go that crazy, but I have been thinking one thing I would like to do. I think this will be pretty fun. Once the weather warms up a little bit more and we start getting into those 70s.
Put the simulator outside.
You're getting close,
Oh,
right? So
in a real car,
like
passenger seat of the Civic.
You're very close. So on a 70-degree night, this is my idea. I would love to, because my garage is white, right, and I also have white walls in my garage. I would love to do like a night with some friends to where we set up a projector, right, and we put the whole racing simulator seat thing like that
Yeah.
out front, like in the driveway, right, because I have a slight rake to my
you got
driveway,
slants,
right,
so
slight
kinda
lean, and so where because I have so many neighbors that walk by, and it's a very active neighborhood. How cool would that be just to walk out, right, and then just see some guys out there racing on a simulator on like a huge projector on the garage, or I can move things inside of my garage, and then I have my white walls and I could shoot it onto the walls, but like a projector racing simulator night.
It's a great idea.
Where like some friends bring over their cool cars,
That's
right?
cool.
We grab some drinks and we just hang out and hit some laps.
Yeah.
It's a
like
my
it.
take on the old movie night on the brick wall kind of thing. You know,
Yeah,
just-
it's a little bit more active,
Yeah.
and I'll
You're
bring
more
out the sound
involved in
system,
it.
and people are like, what's
Yeah.
going on out there? There's some type of racing. Is that the Speedway? I'm like, no, it's Anthony's racing simulator, studio.
1.0.
We had noise limits out here.
So I've been
No,
thinking
that
about
sounds
doing
fun.
something like
That's
that.
a good idea.
But then Saturday I spent most of the day actually out just riding around. So I wanted to go out and do some more motorcycle stuff. I have filthy. Right now my car's filthy. The Civic's filthy. I just didn't want to wash anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to go without doing any of this, and I'm going to go enjoy the day. So went around, hit some laps on the bikes, just went, cruised around, and then I thought, well, today's a good day to go ride the Grom because I've been missing riding this Grom, and
Yeah.
I need to get my most out of it before it's time to eventually let it go. So I went Bogus Basin, went about 3/4 of the way up the mountain, and then I ripped down it, and
Oh.
basically I hill bombed it
You
on
made
a
a
Honda
video
Grom, and it's a lot of fun. Basically, on a small bike like that, you're not really going that fast. You're pretty much limited by what the engine's capable of doing and the engine braking and
I
everything
mean,
like
you
that.
disconnected the engine.
But you would honestly
And the
probably
brakes.
go faster if you were to shut off the bike and maybe roll down
Here's the
it.
cement truck stopped halfway down the hill.
But it just made me realize, I'm like, man, I have that bike it's so dialed in, as Matt
Yeah.
would say, because of the tires, the suspension, the way the handles, it brakes, everything just feels so good on that bike, and it made me kind of sad as I was going down the mountain, going pretty hard. I was like
Yeah.
thinking, man, I'm gonna miss this thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time, but it was just, well, I wouldn't call it one last ride because I have a few more last rides with
Yeah.
it. But it was definitely one where I was thinking, dang, this has been a really fun bike, and maybe in the future I'll pick up another little Grom. But they have the new versions that had come out as of 2021. They are ugly as sin.
Yeah,
they are.
You don't like the way they look.
They are absolutely hideous. But they have a 5-speed now. So instead of only having 4 gears, they have 5, and which is interesting to me because it makes me think that might open some capabilities and tuning to
you
maybe.
can actually drive it on the freeway.
top, or is it a really short gear at the bottom?
They're all short gears, Dane. It's a Honda Grom. It's just, I think it's
Well, I
just
know they're
literally.
close
I think
ratio,
I think they're just throwing you another one, and I think that depending on the gearing and depending on what you do for sprockets, right, you could potentially get to a higher top speed, right?
That's what I was getting
So I'm
at.
interesting to see what that kind of
Either
holds.
more
So
acceleration,
sell
or more
the
speed.
Evo.
maybe in a couple years, or no, I don't sell the Evo. That's when I build out my attic space. So what I would like is a ramp that goes
drive it right up there.
Oh, wow.
How cool would that be? I've just thought about that.
Second story ramp and you're out of your thing.
So because
I think a freight elevator would
little
be a
garage,
good,
little
yeah.
garage door, and then like just like a handicap ramp
So
down.
do you
Some metal
guys
plate with
know
4
that
cables at the corners
Matt
and-
Mormon installed it's like an insanely crazy like garage attic space. Like he has an entire stair set and he has a lift, right, that goes up into the thing. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Magic Lift or something. I could eventually get one of those, right? And then basically Katie's like, where's the other bikes at, or where's the Grom at? And I could say, I have
Don't
no
worry
idea,
about
it
it.
was
I don't know.
stolen.
Don't know. They're
And then she's
gone.
like, what's
Sold
this
them
thing
all.
on our ceiling? I'm like, I'm testing out
Storage
a new
room. There's spiders up there.
Yeah,
Don't go up there.
And I hit that button and it brings it down. How cool would that be? That would be like next
Out of the
level.
way, and it's out of the way.
It's out of the way.
Out of
Honey, I'm
sight.
working on my bat cave.
Well, remember, I had to make sure that one of my vehicles stayed at my dad's house,
Yeah.
so that way it never hit the chopping block.
Yeah.
You know,
As long as it's not
out of sight,
visible, it's fairly safe.
it's not up for sale.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good point.
But other than that, though, like I said, I cruised around. I did a bunch of other things. I ran some errands, went to Costco, got myself some protein powder. I'm finding that Costco, the older I get, the more I start seeing things differently, right? I start seeing things that I don't necessarily really want and or need, but I look at the deals and I think that is a value.
You
And
turned
that
into
is-
my
good way to
dad.
spend a Saturday too.
It really
It's a great
it is.
value.
And
Good bargain.
I look at these things and I think, wow, that's got to be worth something, right? Like that's
It's not like I need another grill right now, but
That's
boy,
too
$300 off. That's quite a deal.
insanely good deal. Like when I pass the pressure washers every
Maybe
time,
I
man,
do
the gas
need it.
pressure washers, they get me because
Yeah.
I see them for like $250. And I'm like, well, that's a Husky, or that's a Husqvarna, or that's a whatever brand it might be at that time, a Yamaha or whatever.
Nice
and
big like automatic folding camping tent or something. Just all the.
Dang it, man! I'm like, I don't need this stuff. But
Yeah, I
one
think they
fun
have
fact-
a rooftop tent there. You should go get one, Dane.
Dang, those are normally like $1,500, and this one's $700.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you should go buy one, put one on the Tacoma, and then you
Holy
and Liz
cow.
can do some. We're gonna remember we've got to plan our Rag Company camping trip this
Wow.
year for later this summer. So you need to be ready for it.
Gotta have something ready.
saying,
I'm thinking
start
tent,
thinking.
But still.
Yeah.
Dane's planning on just sleeping in bed in the back of his bed in some sleeping bags.
Yeah.
His tonneau cover it, and just you'll just have the head like you'll just lay the tailgate down and then just kick back, so it's kind of like a blanket over you.
Yeah, it's an idea.
I was just wondering.
It's an idea.
Something like that. Yeah.
But just saying, great deals.
Yes.
it is great.
So,
deals.
continue.
Anyway, so and then other than that, man, I'm just trying to bring back my grass right now. My irrigation's still on, so I don't have any water.
Yeah,
So
mine's
most,
on.
Most of you guys have water. Dane,
Yeah.
do you have water yet?
They turned it off for some reason. They turned it on, and then they must have had an issue because they turned it back off like a day later.
No.
Dang
Mine's on. I forgot to turn it on.
I have city water all the time, but the irrigation water is the
Yeah.
one you want to use
Yep.
because it doesn't cost you.
Yeah. So I was going to turn my irrigation on, but I forgot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm trying to bring back my grass. So I'm looking at ways to really really greenify this thing, right?
there's a
I have a good grass skills, I guess, if that makes sense,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so I think I just whatever I typically do, it works out for me. The backyard, though, not sure what to do about
well,
that.
it's because you got your dogs.
Exactly. So I don't know what to do after dogs have been peeing on grass for an entire winter time.
gotta wash it.
because I haven't had this much grass
Yeah.
before.
He's out there spraying his
No, you do.
irrigation.
So
you
what do
literally
you
have
do?
to. Your
What-
sprinklers have to be. You have to. It has to rinse
You have to rinse it.
basically, in
Okay.
the sense that it has to push the urine down past
Okay.
the root system.
Yeah.
So you have to get everything wet.
Makes sense.
Okay, so then other key points.
And clean up
Other key
after.
points of my weekend, so then I can go to the next person here. So on Saturday though, it was fantastic. I had to walk the dogs, right? Because me and Katie have been getting the dogs out every weekend, so we take them to the river and things. We haven't done it for the last 2 weekends, and they're getting like they know now. They're well aware that we haven't gone, so they're kind of getting antsy. So I thought, hey, I'll go take them for a walk around the block, go do like a big lap. So went and took them for a walk. I was on my way back home. Like, now I'll do one more lap around the street. So I start going around the street, and there's this house coming up, right? This house is a very well-known house because of their dog that they have. They have this dog. He's a golden retriever. His name is Hank. He is the model dog. He is the neighborhood mascot, right?
Okay.
When you think of the most perfect golden retriever you've ever seen in
I
your
think
life,
of Baylor and Huck.
no, it is actually Hank. No offense to
Okay.
my own dogs, right? Hank is a perfect dog. He has a big head. He like a
Bigger than Baylor's?
Bigger than Baylor's, yeah.
Oh, man.
He's got this big masculine head. He's got a nice dark coat, but a very soft coat. But when you look at him, you think, wow, that's probably the most model dog I've ever seen. And he is unleashed in the front yard, and he is still as a rock. You could walk past him with any dog, and he won't move.
Yeah.
He'll just look.
Yeah.
He just likes to hang out, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we walk by, I always look at this dang dog, and I think, wow, I would take that dog in a heartbeat along with my other dogs, right? So as I was walking by,
I should steal
I
him.
was looking
It's
for
perfect
Hank, and I didn't
opportunity.
see Hank out front. And he's always out front, right? And Hank's probably maybe 4, maybe 5, and I didn't see him out front. I was kind of like, dang, where's Hank at? This girl runs out from the garage, right? Like really like ecstatic. She might have been maybe like a teenager, 16, 17. She runs out and she says, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're walking by." She's like, "I want to meet your dogs." And so I said, "Oh yeah, this is Baylor and this is Huck." And she's like, "I don't know if you're interested, but Hank, right? He had puppies, and these
no.
puppies are currently in our backyard, and we're having a puppy party. Would you like to come hang out?" And I go,
Yeah.
I'm like, say less. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to come to your puppy party. And I'm like, it's happening right now. And she's like, yeah, it's right now.
You're like, I have
she's
to run
like,
home and get the
there's
wife.
9 puppies back in our backyard that are 8 weeks old and they're ready to be played with. I say, I have to call my wife, otherwise I'm getting a divorce. So I call her and I said, hey, I'm like, throw on whatever you have. And she's like, what's happening? I'm like, there's a puppy party and Hank had puppies. I literally hear her throw her phone, right? And she's like wrangling. She's like, give me 2 minutes. So I take the dogs back around, drop them off in our backyard. She runs out of the house and she's like, let's freaking go. So we walk over to this place, and I forgot to send Nick the pictures. I'll have to send him some here in a minute. But yeah, literally 9 golden retriever puppies. They're all out there. Backyard is beautiful. Apparently that guy where Hank lived at, it was also a car collector and has 6 cars.
Oh.
It looks like a Mopar guy.
Apparently,
6 cars.
the people who live there are just good at everything.
Yeah.
In his house.
Puppies, dogs.
Sometimes you get those.
But we played for 30 minutes, man. We got to play with these puppies, and it brought me an immense amount of happiness that I cannot describe to you. I can't even describe how much happiness it brought me. But we played with these puppies. It was the best freaking day ever, and I was so happy. Me and Katie both left. Basically, all the dogs were accounted for. They were already bought. But I asked her, I said, hey, if one of those dogs just happened to be available, would we have been coming home with a puppy? And she said, yeah, absolutely. No questions asked.
Yeah. No,
And
no
I
question.
said that would have been
probably not
scary
good.
because that would have been 3 dogs. And I think
a lot of dog
a lot
food.
of dog hair, a lot of dog poop.
Well,
and
the
so
puppy adds extra complications that the others don't.
yeah.
I'll tell you, when I had a puppy, it was, and then I dealing with a puppy and then dealing with a newborn.
Yeah.
Puppy's way worse. They are, man, those are difficult. So
It's
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow,
a lot
very
of-
nice.
a
It
lot of
was, like I said, it was definitely one of those things to where it was just the right time and the right place, and
Yeah.
I was just really happy that all worked out like that. I'm actually going to send Nick just a couple pictures.
Kirby Thompson, what's going
that he can
on,
use
man?
Really
Saying,
quick.
Hey.
Good morning, and then
Umberto.
Umberto saying
Umberto.
hello TRC team and
With
buenos
messages
dias.
for one there.
Senor Juan.
Buenos días, señor.
All right, so I'm going to send those over to Nick right now.
And while
Oh,
he's
that's not what
doing
I
that, why doesn't Juan tell us?
Oh,
Juan,
hold on, really quick. I got one more thing.
yeah.
One more thing I have to tell
What
you.
you got?
Sorry, one more thing. on my Grom ride on the way home, right? Stopped, saw a corn dog stand called World's Best Corn Dogs, right?
You had to make sure it was true.
I had to make sure it's true. I stopped. I got these corn dogs. They're on the corner of Chinden and Glenwood, right?
Okay.
Best corn dog I've ever had in my life.
So we go there
They
for lunch
are
today?
foot-long corn dogs. Foot-long corn dogs, right?
Wow.
Whatever they're using for the corn...
Is this where the stinker station used to
Yeah,
be?
yeah.
Across the street
Yep,
from the
yep,
McDonald's?
yep,
Okay.
yeah.
I saw that stand and I thought, that's weird.
So
I don't
apparently they
remember.
have several trucks across the Northwest here. So I think they said they have one in Oregon, one in Utah, one in Idaho, and I think they have one in like Northern California.
So
or
we
whatever
need to
it
go
is.
there for lunch.
So find it because I had one and I thought it's a corn
good
dog.
could
It's
it
a corn
be?
dog. How do you screw this up?
a freaking
I
corn
took a
dog.
bite in that corn dog. Prawn pup is a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Prawn pup does not exist. Okay. Oh, so here we go. So, all right. So here's the puppy photos. Here we go. Nick got him here. So look
wow.
at that little nugget, man.
Oh, and another one behind. Oh,
Oh, wow.
But all these kids are out playing. There's all these puppies, and
How
then
can you not love that?
Mm-hmm.
Adorable.
dude, they were so freaking cute, man. Look at that freaking face. You're telling me that if one of those dogs said "take me home," you're not going to take it home?
Oh no, I
no.
would take it home.
You take it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you take it. And,
You take that dog home.
yeah.
And I would tell everybody I got it for free, or they were gonna, you know, give it
Euthanize
away. Okay.
Oh,
anyways,
Oh, Dan, 9 pets, 5 dogs, 4 cats by myself. Dude, you are an
Yikes.
animal.
Wow.
Jeez, Dan, that's crazy.
That's work,
That's
buddy.
insane.
That is insane. Anyways, that was my weekend. Fun weekend. It was good.
Nice.
Juan,
Nice.
what do you got?
So that's why you got a little bit more weight on the scale, right?
Yes,
Because of the corn dog.
Because honestly, that corn, it might
Like,
be-
I actually ate 5 of them.
It might be an actual full-size corn dog in my stomach.
You're just like, I felt myself.
Anthony, did you even chew that thing? I said no. I just. Oh.
Just
Hey,
slipped it right down
While
there.
Juan talks, could you mind getting me something out of the fridge here?
Oh.
I was trying to get my drink
Well,
ready
Levi,
before I
what
came in
fridge
here.
are we
and I
opening
wasn't
up
able
here?
to do
Oh,
it in
that's
time.
so that's the Pepsi throwback fridge by
Yes.
newair.com, filled with delicious Pepsi novelties, courtesy of
Delicious.
our friends at Pepsi.
If you wouldn't mind, I'll take a Major Melon, please.
Zero sugar.
Yes,
Dane?
sir. Zero sugar. That's the
Okay.
one. Perfect. Thank you very much. My
So
favorite.
Juan's here for a little while. So you were here. You
Yeah.
flew in. You drove up Wednesday,
Yeah, Wednesday.
and then you're leaving on Wednesday.
I'm leaving on Wednesday.
So tell us about the weekend. Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, well, we came on Wednesday. We came and worked in the vehicle, and with you guys in G Technic. After that, well, I started visiting the whole city. I mean, the city life is kind of different.
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's different from when I was here in Boise, it's 1998.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's changed.
a
It's
little,
changed in
So,
20
a
years.
little more than I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have family here.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my phone. I was like, oh, I remember that I had family. I was like, oh, I have a cousin here. So I was like, oh, his name is Eric. So I was like, all right. Started looking on my contacts. Like, I wonder if I have him on my contact phone. So I was like, oh, yeah, I do have it. Well, what if it's not the right number?
Oh.
So I still called and he answers like, oh, well, hey, what are
Still
you doing?
works.
10 years I haven't seen this guy.
Wow.
Wow.
So I was like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, oh, nothing. I'm just hanging at my house. Like, oh, I'll be there. So I hung around with my cousin for a whole day, well, a whole night. And then after that, the next day, we went to downtown
Mm-hmm.
and we ate at a Mexican restaurant. We ate at a Mexican restaurant, and yeah, it was.
Where'd you go?
Gosh, dude, I don't know where he took me. There was like a little. I mean, it looked like a little town, and little houses, and there was like
Hyde Park.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
13th Hyde
yeah,
Park.
yeah.
Was
That's
it
gotta
It was
Uh,
up there, up north, where they
yeah.
hiking.
Yeah, that's got to be
Yeah.
that part.
With the hiking
Oh,
area.
okay.
So
was
right-
it Perea?
There's another
There's like
one. There's
maybe
a Casa
5 or
Mexico
6
or whatever.
or-
Casa
downstairs.
Mexico. Yeah, that one.
Oh,
That one.
That's downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we were upstairs,
Nice.
and we got where it was like the shade, and I
Yeah.
regret it because it was kind of getting chilly, so it
Yeah.
was kind of cold. But yeah, we eat there, and then we some good tacos, some fish tacos. They were actually pretty delicious.
Yeah, that's a good restaurant. I like that one.
And
Very
then after
good.
that, just went to the hotel. We were supposed to hang out again in the afternoon, but I was so tired that I didn't wake up. I mean, I went to my hotel, which you got me, which is
The home to
is
suites.
Home to
pretty
Suites.
awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. It was about 3 o'clock when I went home. The hotel. I didn't woke up until like 7 in the morning. And I looked at my phone. I was like, oh my God, he probably called me. He's like, he didn't call me neither. The next day, he's like, hey, dude, yeah, I didn't call you because I fall asleep too. I was like, oh, great, I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Well, they say the Home to Suites has some of the finest beds.
They do.
Yeah.
Egyptian cotton,
it's
tightly
comfortable.
woven,
Yeah.
with just great vibes.
Love
I mean, I actually haven't even been into one room there.
No.
So I have no idea what it's
But every
like, but I'm
guest
sure
we've
it's
sent
nice.
there,
Every
has
guest has said it's one of the
I
best
got
nights
some
sleep.
of the best night's sleep I've ever
Yeah.
gotten there.
I've slept
Comfortable.
in one of those beds, and it's amazing. I'll tell you what.
Really?
It's
So-
a wonderful
Carly
place.
said it's got the best pillows.
That's
They
great.
do.
Like a
They
good
do.
number
just-
set of pillows, so you can get like 3
You
or 4
fix it up
different
to
ones.
wherever you want it.
Yep.
There you go.
Wow.
You just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Immediately. Just
And a big king size bed.
Yes. So yeah, and I guess today we're gonna be doing some recordings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna wash some cars. Do some
And-
videos.
Yeah, do some videos, but in español.
Yeah.
Español. And then
that's
from there, I
fun.
guess I'll be leaving again on Wednesday. I'll be going to Mexico City to do a training there
Yeah.
in Mexico City, and come back for a week.
There you
Come back
go.
After a week, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No.
Dane,
Busy.
what do you got?
I'm going to forfeit mine till the end
Oh.
because I have a plan of what I'm going to do with mine. Since my weekend wasn't as interesting, I'm going to incorporate something I've been trying to talk about for weeks.
Oh.
So I want to let Levi go first.
All right, Dane. So, needless to say, I woke up Friday morning and I felt hungover. And I didn't even go out with you guys on Thursday night.
No.
I went out to dinner and we went to Boise Fry
You
Company.
started us off. You gave
Yeah, I
the
started
gentle
to
push
help
to the
primer
evening.
you guys, right?
Yeah.
And then I hung out, Juan and I hung out a little bit at Space Bar talking, and then
Yeah.
I played a couple video games, and then I went home.
Yeah,
Right?
perfect.
So, but I woke up and I was tired from all the work and mentally and physically. Just I was
week
tired.
feeling
The
it.
week just
Yeah,
did that
I felt
to
it.
everybody.
So then Friday night, got home, and this customer dropped off her car. And I walked around the car with her, looked at it. Basically, so she's a cousin of a customer, and he gave her his appointment. He was going to do his grandma's car for her, but then the grandma said she didn't need it, so his cousin said, well, I'll take it. So the hard part was she didn't really know what I did, right? So she thought I was a normal detailer, right?
Right.
That takes care of things all the time. So I had to explain to her, look, I only do it on the weekends. I don't really like fighting for a client.
No.
You know, like I'm not gonna
You get what
try
you
and
get.
give you the best
Yeah.
price. You get what you get. You don't get upset if you're gonna use me on a weekend.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of walk through that. So when she showed up, we kind of walked her car. I really kind of talked to her to try and figure out what I was going to do for her vehicle, and came to a conclusion. She really kept it in good shape. It was really clean inside. There wasn't much that needed done, and she washes it in a car wash every week.
Okay.
She takes it through the mister.
Touchless or
No, the
brush?
Mr. Car Wash.
Okay.
So she goes to the one downtown, and she goes, I like the wash on that. So it's white. It goes through a car wash.
Well, it's white.
What do I
Okay.
do? And her big thing was, I just want it waxed. But I started feeling the car. It had some contamination. It had some kind of rough spots on it. So I said, well, let me just do an exterior, and I'll charge you $100.
There are a lot
And
of opportunities.
how's
on
that?
This thing.
Because she was very she kept trying to get me down less in price. And it wasn't her fault. She was like, this is all I really want. And I said, look, let me just $100, and I'll work on your car. She's like, oh, okay, all right. So I'm also trying to help out my buddy who's a good customer.
Yeah,
and-
it's like, well, okay.
yeah.
Hold on.
So had that car Friday night. We kind of just hung out, had a nice, simple evening. Saturday morning, got ready, kind of got set up. I washed the car, got it washed and clayed, deconned it, and then Juan showed up. And Juan and I ended up just splitting sides, and we ended up using Uno Protect
Protecting 'em.
and Beadmaker, and we just split it right down the middle, polished it out, one-stepped it. And then we dressed the tires and hit the trim, and we were done in no time.
It's the second car you split this week.
Yeah.
I know.
But
good at
we had it.
splitting things.
But we had it done, and I called her, and after you left, I called her and said, "Hey, car's ready to go. Whenever you want to come get it." She showed up at 4:00, picked it up. I ended up taking the kids. Carly went out Saturday night, so I had the kids and took the kids to Chick-fil-A. We go inside, eat inside Chick-fil-A for the first time in probably a year.
Yeah.
My kids were ecstatic to be eating inside a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
The playground wasn't open, but they got to sit inside and eat. While we're sitting there, Chick-fil-A is packed, right? I mean, massively packed.
As usual.
On the weekends. And there's a Chrysler 300 SRT8 sitting in the drive-thru.
Nice.
Apparently, something happens to it. The guy can't get it out of gear.
Oh.
It's stuck in the drive-thru.
And what gear was it stuck in? Park? Oh. That's not good.
So he leaves it there.
Oh, no.
Just in
They
the line.
redirect all the traffic for the drive-thru. This is how amazing Chick-fil-A is. They end up redirecting. Those kids thought so fast. They're like, all right, we're going to be right here. We're resetting up a new station. We're going to get people to move their cars. They came into the restaurant, said, if any of your cars are parked here, we'd like you to move and park somewhere else. And they redirected the whole line. They built out cones to create a new drive-thru around.
That's impressive.
I was sitting there watching them from inside like, dang, that's pretty good. So watch that. By the time we left, the tow truck was showing up to pick up that car and take it. Took the kids down to jump.
Ooh, good spot, yeah.
That's a good time.
Took them to go climb on the pyramid.
Yeah.
Augie got stuck. So I had to climb up in the pyramid. That was a little scary for me. I was a little frightened when I started going up there to save him.
Well, you're just following the footsteps of what we did on Thursday
I know,
night,
pretty
so
much.
Most of the detailers went up
So
that
then
way.
I said, you know what we need to do? We need to go to the top. The kids are like, but there's a closed sign on it. And I said, Augie, Hadley, our family name has been in this city for over 100 years. We are climbing
These
the top
gates
of
are
this.
open.
Yeah, these gates are open. And so we go up. We climb to the top. I took a picture of us up there and then had them come down. But mostly it was just a way to wear my children out. You know, Juan knows this. You got to run them sometimes. You just got to let them run. And so we made him climb 6 flights of stairs and back down. And then took him to the Grove, walked him to the Grove, through the Grove, back down, back to the Suburban. Both of them had side aches as we were cruising through the Grove. They're like, my side's hurting, my sides are hurting. And then Hadley goes, hey, Five Guys, let's go get some Five Guys. I was like, we just finished Chick-fil-A and you have a side ache. We're not going to Five Guys. She's like, well, come on, it's open, let's go. So got back to the car, put him to bed, easy peasy, backed home, took a shower, had him take a shower, go to bed, and then I had some time by myself.
Ooh. Nice.
You know what I did?
What'd you do? Forged?
No, I replaced the steering wheel cover on the Elantra.
Wow.
With a new perforated
leather
steering wheel cover.
Hand sewn
with black stitching.
Whoa.
Only the finest.
I had to took a sharp razor blade, cut all the old stitching, peeled the old cover off. Because the red was a bit, I'll say this, it didn't look professional enough.
Did it turn brown?
It also may have been that it wasn't fully finished and it was starting to turn pink.
That's probably more.
Well, you had like a tassel because you didn't cut off the end. So it's just...
And I drove around with it for like 2 years like that.
Yeah.
So I cut all that off and then took it off and then put the new one on and then stitched it all up. Sat there, listened to a podcast, I listened to an audiobook. I downloaded Bram Stoker's Dracula and listened to that. It's got a full cast, Tim Curry and Alan Cummings. And so listened to that and finished the steering wheel. And it took me almost an hour and a half to do it. Got done, took a shower, watched some TV, went to bed. Next morning, Carly was home, took the kids, and Carly, we went and got ourselves some Eggman and Earl for breakfast.
Of course.
Again, Boise's #1 breakfast joint, Eggman and Earl, where you can get the most delicious hotcakes.
What I like is that everything
and the
there.
Netflix and chill burrito.
I just like that it's a very family feel.
It's a
Earl.
family owned and operated.
Yeah.
Everything's local. Everything's organic.
I like that you specified Boise because if it was Meridian, it would be second.
No, bacon
it's
in
the
Treasure Valley.
It's the Treasure Valley.
Well, that's bacon in the Treasure Valley
that's just
top
true.
#1 breakfast joint
in the Treasure Valley.
In the Treasure Valley by the Idaho Statesman and the Boise Weekly.
Yeah.
Not as long as Express Cafe is
So-
alive and standing.
Dane, I drove by Express Cafe on Saturday morning, and the place looked dead.
Oh, that's just whatever. What time was it?
Now, I will tell you, there
That
was
place
a
is
line
so
of people
busy.
standing
It
outside
was
waiting
3.
to get
That place
inside.
is
PM.
3 p.m.
Yeah,
They closed at 2.
that makes sense why it was so dead.
If you had gone past there at 1:59, you would see there were still like 20 cars in the
I
parking
guess if it was a better breakfast
So,
joint, it should have been better.
No, they limit it. That's how you keep things
So
valuable.
Sunday, took him, got breakfast, and then called to get Augie and Hadley's haircuts.
Yeah.
Luckily, the girl that does their JCPenney's said, "Hey, we're booked up. Sorry." And I said, they said, "Can we put you on the cancellation list in case someone cancels?" I said, "Sure, that'd be great." They said, "Well, who's the customer?" And I said, "Well, his name's August Gates. And this is who the stylist we usually see. Is she working today?" And she goes, "Yeah, she is." They called me back. They were like, "We'll find out. We'll put you on the thing." They called me back 5 minutes later and said, "Oh, yeah. She said she'd love to do Augie's hair. She can get him in at this time if you can be here at 1:30. And I said, "Perfect." So we leave. And on the way, Carly's like, "See if you can get Hadley's haircut too." So Hadley, I walk
Now you're
in and I
pushing
asked
it.
the girl, I said, "Hey, so if you can get Augie done, is there a chance you can give her a trim?" And the girl was like, I don't see why not. I've got till 2:00. She cut both kids' hair in half an hour and knocked it out. It was amazing. I sent some pics to Nick, so he might have some of them up there. But then took the kids to the Playjoy, as it's called, the arcade there.
Hold on, really
Right.
quick though, before you
Such
start,
a weird
before you
name.
start this though, I want to say that what I love about you, Levi, is that you are a part of the generation, right? And this isn't like a bad thing.
I feel like I know what's happening.
You are a part of the generation where the mall was a huge part of
Yeah.
of your
Like
age
mall
group's
rats
life,
were a
right?
thing in the
where mall
90s.
rats were.
But
a
I never
thing.
hung out at the mall.
Well, but that's okay. But what I love is you're the only person I've ever heard who gets their hair cut at the mall. And I always
Yeah.
wonder.
So I don't get my hair cut at the mall. I
know,
cut
but
my own hair.
But you're kids though. But
Right.
what's always made me wonder though, coming from a mother that has a hairdresser,
Yes,
you know,
your
I
mom,
have,
yeah.
I've always walked past people in the mall and I said, what a weird place to get your hair cut, like at
So,
the mall. It
now-
makes sense. It does because
if
there's
you're
lots
already doing
'cause-
other things, and
well,
then there's that
and
option.
the
No,
other
so
thing
back in
is
the
that,
day,
like a
strategically.
strip mall, it makes sense because
Yeah.
I think it's outside, it's part of a separate business. But when it's in the mall itself,
Yes.
or a part of a larger business such as JCPenney or
Yeah.
Macy's,
So-
it's kind of an odd thing. And so it's always made me wonder what gets you to that point where you say this is a good.
All right.
Yeah.
Spot.
So here's to digress.
What's the story?
I used to get my hair cut in the mall back when I was a lot
Okay.
younger, right?
Okay.
So when I was
22.
20, 21, 22, I'd go to Boys Town Square, get my hair cut.
Because it was cool, or it was because it was a
No,
hot
because
spot, or just
I didn't have anybody. I wasn't like you.
So for the audience, what years were those? Like
2000, 2001,
okay, yeah.
Okay,
2002.
No,
that's
for me, it was
that's
like
prime
90,
time mall haircutting time.
That is
92.
prime time mall hair cutting time.
Yeah.
So
Malls were still like
went to the mall, would get my hair cut because like you'd find somebody that could do your hair really well, and it was cheap. It wasn't that bad. I didn't know about barbers weren't the hot thing yet.
weren't.
Barbershops weren't cool.
they kinda gone-
fancier salons weren't
Yeah.
all that.
In Boise in the year 2000 was not built out to where it
No,
is now.
no.
By
Bar-
any means.
barbers were like just your old
You have the
grandpa
really, yeah, you have
haircut.
the
Yeah, it's
old
like
guy
where your
down the
grandpa
street.
Yeah,
or
dude,
your
seriously.
older
Yeah.
dad
Or the
would
guy
go
out
to,
of his
like,
house
their
like I
grandpa.
went
And
to
they only
that
do
one
one
time.
haircut.
One haircut.
Yeah.
and
The old guys out there would only do one haircut. So
Yeah.
you were like, well, I don't want to just go get everything shaved off my head.
Yeah.
So let me go. I'll just go to a salon and maybe they'll cut my hair better.
Yeah.
Then I started dating girls who cut hair.
Yeah.
So I'd go.
That was his cheat code.
So I'd go to them, get my hair cut, and that's how I'd work it. And if we broke up, I'd still go get my hair cut, or I'd go somewhere else. Like,
Oh, can't go
it
there
was fine.
anymore.
But here's the deal: some of those girls have told me. A lot of them started either before they went to some of the bigger salons, or they went to a nicer salon, or they started their own place. A lot of them after college would get a job at a salon in the mall
To cut their teeth on.
to cut their teeth on because that's an easy way to get a lot
Yeah.
of different variables to learn with.
A lot of experience.
And they
Get
could build a clientele.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's a place where they mostly will work on tips. They're only paid an hourly rate,
Correct.
and then they hope they're going to get big tips. So from my experience, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Now, with Augie and Hadley, it's expensive,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going to go spend a ton of money on them. I want to spend a cheap amount because Augie just needs his haircut. Hadley
They're not
just
going
needs
to
a couple.
appreciate a good haircut
They're not.
yet.
They're not doing a lot of like.
Yeah, they're not models right now.
They're not models.
Yeah,
I
they're
just need to get their haircut.
They can figure out what to do with it once. It's
So
cut.
I'm not going to take them to
Yeah.
a salon that's
Correct,
going to
okay.
charge me
20,
$40 for a
$30,
kid's haircut.
Yeah.
When JCPenney's is $20, or the place down next to the Fred Meyer's Federal Way, the new look is $20 to cut their hair, right? So for the kids, that's why I take them there. Now we just happen to land that there's a girl who, every time we've taken Augie to get his haircut, for some reason they just can't get it right. I don't know what it is, if it's his hair or his stuff. I try to explain what I want them to do, and they can't. It doesn't work. We took him to JCPenney's to this one stylist. She did a phenomenal job. Best haircut Augie has ever had, and he's only 6 years old. And Carly and I were like, oh, that girl's good.
Stick with that.
We'll stick with her. So for the last 3 haircuts, we've stuck with her to try and keep them going. There was another girl that we used to take Hadley to that did an amazing job. Hadley loved her because she had a full sleeve of Nightmare Before Christmas,
Oh, that's fun.
but she quit
Oh.
and started her own salon, but she moved out to Nampa.
Not going to
I'm not
follow
going to
quite
drive
that
out.
far.
I'm not going to drive to Nampa
Yeah.
to get a $20 haircut for Hadley. So it's that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the reason why.
Yeah.
The stylist that we've found at that Penny's is really good, and prices are reasonable for a kid's haircut. So that's why we go there. Now,
Yeah.
yes, I do still have a couple friends who are stylists and can do some really good stuff. I just haven't used them because I know that their value is much higher in their stuff. It's kind of like a detailer. Like,
You don't want to waste their
I don't
time until
wanna-
you got
I-
something worth.
I would rather take a junky car that I just need cleaned up. I'll run it through the car wash
Yeah.
and have the full service done where they vacuum it and do like we did with your
Yeah.
like what we did with your Montero.
Perfect
I would rather
example
do
of
that.
junky car.
I would rather do that than
Oh, of
take it to
course.
Juan and have him waste his time on it because
Oh, yeah.
I know you'll
Juan,
get.
we're only bringing you nice stuff.
But you'll have a
Yeah.
customer. You'll have a customer that'll
Primo.
actually pay more to have
Yep.
something done, and I don't want to waste your time when I can take it to the $20 wash and have it done quicker.
Yep.
It's convenience.
That's not worth your while. That's
Right.
not what you're aiming
You know,
for.
now
not where
my
I'm
friends are probably upset, and they're probably like, "No, we'd love to see your kids, and we'll help you out." I just don't like being that guy. You know, they're trying to make a living, and I don't want to be like, "Look, I don't want to pay so much for a kid's haircut."
You don't want to do what the client was trying to do. You're like, are you sure? Just talk it down more.
Yeah, I don't
more,
want
more.
to talk
And then
them
you're
down. I don't. I
I'm
guess that's
being
my.
obnoxious to this person
I
I'm
guess
trying to get a
that's my
service
point.
from.
Yeah. Now, Anthony, one of the great things
I enjoy
when you have a
this
child,
haircut talk.
what's going to be great when
I
you
think a
have
lot of
child,
people can relate to
Yeah.
it, though.
Yeah.
But when Anthony, you have a child, you're never going to have to worry about this
Never.
because your mom is going
She
to be
will.
the one that's going to be like, "Oh, this is
Yeah,
this
you're
is
set.
what I do for you,"
Yeah.
and it's never going to come up where you're like, just take the kids down to the Pennies to get their haircut or
Well,
whatever. Like
but
my aunt called me,
Yeah.
and she is a hairstylist. She's owned barber schools. She's owned salons, and she goes, got any hot tips on where I can take my grandsons to get their haircut?
Excuse
And
me?
I said, why are you asking me? And she's like, well,
You know
because
all
you
the
take your
people.
kids to go get their haircut. And I was like, I take them to Penny's. And she's like,
Oh.
that'll work.
Yeah,
Like, and I was like, but I looked at Carly and I was like, she's like a god in the Idaho hair stylist
Yeah.
world. What is she
Big
asking?
scene.
She has thousands of students that she could reach out to. She's,
Well,
she's
what's-
70 years old. She's like
I know a
the
lot of
queen
Oliver Finley students.
Yeah.
So.
So what's funny to me though, right, is that growing up, right, I've always hated to get my hair cut because my mom cuts my
Yeah.
hair, right? It was just a chore. It was just
Yeah.
a chore. It was
Yeah.
just sit
like
down,
taking out the trash.
stop, look straight ahead, right? And it was just another like not fun thing. Whereas for other people, they enjoy going to get their hair
Yeah,
cut.
it's relaxing.
So as a few times in my life, I have gone to soulless places to get my hair cut, right? And not because I've wanted to. It's just I've said, hey, Mom, I really need. She's like, I'm in Mexico. She's like, I literally can't cut your hair. I'm like, but I have a trip. And she's like, you have to go somewhere. So I have gone to a Great
Yeah.
Clips. I have gone to a Supercuts. And it hurts my soul to see how sad some of these places feel, because I go into
There's
like a Great
definitely
Clips
some.
and it's very much like the one I went to was the one over it's kind of by my house off of McMillan. It's right next to a Subway and like a Taco Del Mar. It's not great, right? And so I've gone to that one before, and I said, they're like, hi. They're like, so I walk in, what are you here for today? I just like a haircut. Okay, right this way. Well, the front desk lady, the receptionist, is also just a hairdresser or whatever, and they sit you down and they pull out what look like plastic scissors. You know what I mean? Like things where I'm like, what is this? It's a template, right? It's not like their own personalized space. It's not something where they have pictures of family or candies or anything like that. It's a sit down, spritz of water, cut. What do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. It'd be nice if you could. I said, maybe you can use like a number 1 on the side, and you can fade it up into a number 2, which tapers here, and you leave a little overhang on my bang. And they say, sounds like you've done this before. Clip. How does that look? And I said, I guess that's fine. I guess.
Don't cut anymore.
How much do I owe you? They're like, that'll be $12. I'm like, sure.
So you wind up at these places that feel so. I go to a Fantastic Sam's, which on paper should be
Fantastic
just like that.
Sam's. Dane is a
But
big fan.
Dane
of
loves-
As
chain
far as the
loves
chain
FS.
goes,
He loves
I
that
am
chain
down with
hair
Fantastic
cutting.
Sam's. They got the hot towel neck shave. I'm all right with that. That is something you don't
talks
get
about
at
the hot
other.
towel neck
You
shave.
don't get at other.
You
cheap
get it at a
haircut
barber
places.
shop. You get it at a
Yeah,
barber
probably at a
shop.
barber
I
shop.
said
It's called a
at
hangover
other
cure.
cheap haircut
Yeah.
places.
You don't get it
Barbershop
at
is a different
Fantastic
level.
Sam's.
So
You don't get
I'm
that. That's why
not
I'm amazed.
committing to the next level because I don't want to waste their
Okay,
time
so
with my
then if you were to
simplistic
rank,
view.
right? So
But
if
I
you-
will
if-
say the Fantastic Sam's I go to is popping. The people there are friendly,
Okay.
they're energetic, and we always have a
Maybe
good
you
time.
need
We
to
have
go there.
laughs.
Dane,
It's
you need to
fun.
go
okay,
to the
so
beard
really quick,
smith.
in terms of chains, right?
I
so
do
then
wanna go to
we'll
a-
just
You
go
could
ahead
have a
and
beer.
say,
You could have a
beard
beer
sometimes.
while you're
so
sitting there.
Great Clips, Super Cuts, Fantastic Sam's, Sports Clips.
Maybe, I don't know.
I would say Fantastic Sam's is on a par with Sports Clips because I've had like weird interactions at Sports Clips, whereas Fantastic Sam's I've never had a bad experience. It's still not barbershop like cool, nice, like whatever. But as far as the mainstream stuff goes, Fantastic Sam's is like top tier to me.
Wow.
So I'll give them praise.
Keys in life,
At
Express
least
Cafe.
the ones I've been to,
Fantastic
they're
Sam's.
solid, man. I will say I don't speak
the
highly of a lot of
Scandinavian design.
chains,
Scandinavian
but
design.
I'm going to give them that. Now I will say, since we kind of skipped my weekend altogether, I didn't have a lot to talk about on my weekend front. I had a great visit with my aunt from out of town, Mei Lee.
Which
She was
aunt?
there, and
Oh, Mei Lee? Okay, nice, yeah.
really, really good hang. She brought their dog Gia, which is this like arthritic, ancient little Chihuahua who just kind of like has weird little mumble noises that she makes, and it's just like, oh boy, you're on your last legs there, buddy. But she's
tell me,
she's
leave
sweet
that.
when she's not trying to nip at you. Disco pants and haircuts. Oh man, G Davis, you never fail. So I just want to say I had a great visit with them on Sunday. It was really nice. Saturday, I didn't do a whole lot. I just kind of vegged out because the whole week it kind of drained me of a lot of my energy. But I did go for several walks, went to the park, hung out, took the dog for a walk, did basic stuff like that. Just kind of had a nice, pleasant time because the weather was nice. But what I wanted to talk about was this thing, because I know there have been people who are like, what? Dane keeps wanting to talk about something.
It's like he's
and we
got something
haven't-
bottled up inside him
we
and he
haven't
just wants
addressed
to get
it
out
yet.
of his chest.
And somebody
Say
was
it.
like, oh, was that just the Dane Eats thing? It's like, no, there's something else that's super exciting. I was the most excited I've been for any project thing. And it's kind of what the title of this whole podcast is kind of alluding
Dane,
to.
spit it out. What is it?
We're going to do a cheap car challenge.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're going to do a cheap car challenge. And it's not just one car, it's 3 cars.
Three
You get one,
cars.
I get one, you get one.
How cheap are we talking?
So here's the fun thing. We've been working out the rules for like several months. We've been planning this for a while.
We have been.
But
Okay.
I want to give special credit to Nick, Gabe, myself, for helping kind of hone the idea. And then we brought it to you guys, and you guys helped us hone it more. But it was just something cool that I think is going to get everybody really energized around here, because I know people are like, the Super Project, what comes next after that? Maybe even simultaneously running at the same time could be the case. But the rules here are it's got to be $3,000 or less purchase price. And the rule that I thought would make it interesting is whatever the difference is, right? Whatever the difference below $3,000
Just
that
a
you purchase it for.
$3,000 budget.
So
is
if you
what we
buy a
call
car
that.
for $2,500, that gives you $500 that you can modify it with or
Wow.
buy repair parts. So it's modification or repair budget. So you're
Okay.
limited. So strategically, you want to find a car that you can talk down on price enough to be able to fix it if you need to, or find something that you know is just underpriced right now and you can get more value out of it by simply cleaning it up.
Well,
There's a
Dane-
lot of strategy
But
involved.
quick question though, right? But I'm guessing that budget has to do with the detailing products that we're going to spend money on to be able to detail this.
So here's the other fun thing.
Oh.
The detailing products, because of course, naturally, we are a channel that involves a lot of detailing.
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be detailing involved because that's going to help us get our final, sale values, whatever those happen to be. They are separate from
Oh,
the
that's
purchase
good.
price. So
Ooh.
this way, we're going to make it fair so everybody gets the same budget. I believe we talked $150.
Yeah, I think $150 that we get to spend at the rag company.
Yes.
Not using our employee discount.
Joke's
Correct.
on you guys.
These
I'm
will be-
buying Legend and I'm beating all of you guys.
So here's the thing, guys. So
That's gonna be
you
your
can
whole
tell
budget.
I'm like really excited about this because this is super fun. The way it'll work
still need
is
to buy
we will
towels.
purchase products off of the Rag Company website the same way any of you guys would be able to. So anybody could go
Yeah.
out there and replicate
I'm
what
gonna
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
do.
find a 15% off Grand Ambassador coupon.
Yeah, technically
code.
they could use a Grand Ambassador
also going
code.
to do that as well. I'm going to wait till the 20% sale
They
happens.
should use
on,
Grand Ambassador
whatever
code
day
so
it
they could
does.
actually get more than we even necessarily could. But we're trying to make this like very fair, just
Yeah.
buying the way you'd normally buy.
Yeah,
if
but
you
we're
didn't
gonna
know any
we're
of that
gonna
other
film
special
that
stuff.
so you guys can see basically
The process.
You'll
Yeah.
see basically what cars we get. You'll see what products we decide to choose based on each vehicle. What
Because
we're gonna
it's
get,
going to
'cause it's gonna be
change
individual.
based on what your specific car's needs
The
are.
other thing is you're going to get to see our skills in use.
Yeah.
You're
These
gonna
guys
get
are
to see
detailers. I'm
the
not.
master of shine flex his muscles with the paint, with the hopefully leather interior.
Wow.
And all those wonderful mechanical bits that I'm so good at fixing on my own.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony, you're going to get to see all the magic that you get to put into some of the vehicles, similar to like your Civic.
Yeah.
You bought that for how much money?
$1,500,
Whoa.
Levi.
Killer deal.
Can you imagine $1,500 one of those, and then another $1,500 to throw down onto it, plus $150 from the rag company?
Levi, I think that was an anomaly. I've been trying to find a $1,500 Civic again, and I don't think it's going to happen. So I don't know what I'm going to get into.
For me, I
And
feel like
Dane-
my skill set is finding unusual and obscure cars that are worth more than they're being listed for automatically.
I hope
If
so.
I
I
clean
hope
them up a
that's
little
gonna.
bit.
We're gonna find out.
I will say, I had like an ideal one lined
Did
up,
you?
and I got screwed out of it.
What was it?
It was about a month ago.
Yeah.
I found an MGB, a 1974 MGB, listed
Well, it was probably an ugly
on
color,
Facebook
though, right?
Marketplace. No, it was British Racing Green. It was
Holy
the perfect color.
smokes.
It had the perfect interior. Like, yes, it was a little bit dusty, a little dirty, but the guy used it as a daily driver, so it actually ran well. And best of all, it had next to no rust. Like, there was just a little pocket of surface rust on one of the exterior panels, but he said the underside was totally clean, which is rare for those
Yeah.
cars. So I knew he was asking $3,000. I talked him down to $2,500. I was gonna get it, and then he had a family emergency and he had to leave town.
Okay.
And he came back and he told me, message me on the 15th, which is what I did this last week. And then he told me he apologized. He traded it for Ducati Monster.
I don't blame him.
So
I mean,
I missed out.
I don't
on
blame
it.
him.
The problem was the guy lived in Oregon.
Yeah.
So the car was 7 hours away, 6 hours away.
well,
from
and that's
here.
the other thing we said. If we got to travel,
That's coming out of
that
your
comes
pocket.
out of your that
or it
comes out of
your
the
car
three.
budget. Your choice.
Well, it comes out of the budget regardless, is what we decided.
One way or another.
Yeah, it comes out of the budget because it can't be. It's got to be accounted for.
can I just sell myself my Dodge Ram 1500 that I got
No.
for free and then sell it?
Technically,
That's
you can't,
not-
because it's if
that's
it's in
not
Katie's
how
name.
this is
you
gonna
can sell
work.
It is
cheap.
in Katie's name too. So,
So we will say the hardest part about this right now is the used car market, especially the very like lower end cheap used car market,
It's
is
high.
nuts right now. There are cars that a year ago, 2 years ago, they would go from maybe $500 to $1,500. Those are going for $3,000 or more in some cases now.
Yeah.
So the stuff we would have been able to pick in the past that we set, because some people would be like, "Oh, cheap car challenge, $3,000 is kind of a lot for a cheap
Yeah,
car
I was
challenge."
going through last night. It's not.
It's
$3,000.
slim pickings
It's not gonna
because
get us a lot.
here are some of the other rules.
Thinking
The
I'm gonna have to
car,
buy a truck bed trailer.
the rules we
Yes.
impose, because
Sell that, fix it up and sell.
part of the deal was we got to impose one rule that applied to everybody, and we got to choose what those rules were. It could be anything, but we also wanted to keep it fun. So there were some rules we came up with that would have been really mean, but we didn't do them because I was going to say something like no front-wheel drive cars, which would just eliminate all of Anthony's fun civic
It's slim
fun.
pickings. We can't eliminate. We have some rules, but they are rules that we can still realistically
But
play.
what
Car
we
has to be
settled
20
on-
years old.
What we settled on was a 20-year rule. So we did that one. Which one of you guys did the 20-year rule?
I think I did. I said it needs to be 20
So
years
basically,
old or
the
older.
car has to be at least 20 years old, which means nothing made after 2001, essentially. And then, there it is. Yes. So we got the $3,000 purchase price, whatever the difference is. That is your repair budget
Those are those are the main challenge rules. So
There's a lot there.
$3,000 purchase price, which is budget everything. Each builder will get a camera operator, but we cannot use Jimmy. We have $150 detailing products from the website,
Which
no
will show.
major mechanical issues, meaning it must run.
It
at
has
purchase.
to start and run
Yep.
when we find it. It can't be something that's a non-runner and, I swapped out a part and now it's perfect.
Yeah.
And now it's worth $10,000. No, we don't get to do that because I know that's a thing some flippers do. But
Yeah.
not the
and
case
then the
here.
winner equals the biggest profit over $3,000 because we have 60 days to fix these up and sell them. So if I sell my car for $3,500, Anthony sells his for $3,600, and you sell yours for $4,000, you get to keep that profit over $3,000. So you get your $1,000. Then we've added extra rules.
Yes.
So we've added rules 10, 5, and 8. Number 10, the car must be less than or older than 20 years old.
Yeah.
Then it has to run what you brung, meaning if your car breaks,
You don't get to trade it out
you
for a
don't get
different
to trade
car.
it out for different. You have to part it out and hopefully try and sell it or
In
sell
future
it.
competitions, you might be able to. That
Yep.
rule is
And
only
then
for
number
this
8,
particular round.
there is a $150 bonus that comes out of the opposing losers' profits that goes to the winner if you picked a smoker's car.
Smoker's car, yeah.
So I don't care if it's a smoker's car. I will smoke in that car.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna go, Anthony, you don't smoke. I'm like, I do now. I got $150 on the line. So, but these are the rules. It should be pretty fun.
Dan the man, so about
it's
this.
gonna be
Salvage title?
it's gonna be really exciting.
Salvage title
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, title doesn't matter as long as it's
Gabe's
got
hopping
one.
in here. He wants to say some things.
So
Okay.
this can I get closer to you? Okay. So as of today, fellas, today.
I'll see
You
it when I
may-
actually have money on the
So
table.
so the way it's gonna go, right? Because you guys are gonna buy the cars. You either have to do a bill of sale, or you have to go look at the car and then get a cleared check. But needless to say, today's a go day. So if you want to buy a car
We gotta
today,
have money on the table. So
you
we
can
go
buy
do
a car
this.
today. Okay? So I just
So we
want to
are
make this
actively
clear.
looking.
Today is go day. So, I mean, you could take Juan with you to go look at a car,
I don't think
Yeah, I
we're gonna
will
have
help
time.
you buy a car, dude. I'm
and
a
Juan
good
will help
salesman.
you buy a car.
Juan used to sell cars back in the day.
Juan was telling us a story last Friday about a Mercedes that he just picked up because he's the man with the dealership. So all I'm saying is, it's go day.
All right. So that's noted. The competition does not start until all three of us have
Competition
purchased a vehicle.
started like 2 weeks ago. I
It
still
did.
haven't seen any money.
Weren't able to find anything.
We don't have any money.
Now
don't
we
have
do,
money to
though.
pay for
now,
it.
Now we are
Like,
going to be able
can't
to
buy a car if I don't have cash
Yeah.
on me.
I know, and it's easier when you have cash, right?
Right.
Rather, it's always easier when you pull out $100 bills
Yeah,
and you
that's
say,
checks.
"Hey, I have cash
No.
on me."
No.
No, it's not easy?
Never easy.
You kidding
Well,
me?
you gotta understand that the dealerships, when
that's
you buy
not
a
a
Oh,
vehicle-
not dealership. I'm
Oh.
talking about private
Oh,
sale.
okay.
Private sale. Every time I'm going to a private sale, I have cash on me, and I say, "Hey, I can do this," and I pull it out, and then they see it, and then they're like, "No, I can't go that low," and I say, "All right, peace out," and I start walking away. Hey, wait, and I say, "I know, I got
Yeah.
you. I get you
Yeah.
every single time."
Cash in hand.
Cash in hand. There you go.
Well, you had an IS300 that disappeared in a day that you were looking at.
Yeah, I've had some cars I've had my sights on. It's just like Dane said.
The good ones
it's,
go
They're
quick.
going fast.
Yeah,
and
they're going
it's-
really fast. I
Everything
found a couple
is
lowered
just,
Suburbans. Gone.
Yeah, you're about the burb.
Everything's up in value right now, and it just sucks because you don't even know what you're getting. I told them initially I could find it. SRT4s, you could find them in the 2000 range, right? They may not run great or they may need some work, but
as long as they run, it counts.
I would love to find like an SRT4 or something that would be boosted or fun. But at this point in time, it's just slim pickings. So we'll see what happens. But Dane, that's the rules. We'll have more on
Yeah.
this here in a future video. But Dane, I think it's time to take it away.
Right. So, if you guys see anything interesting, you want to take your Facebook Marketplace and set your location
Or you want to
to
buy it
Boise,
for us
Idaho,
and drive it up here, and then we'll pay you for it.
Yeah, Luke Berg, you drive one of your clunkers over here. So
You'll
I
get
can
to
buy it
meet
from
these
you.
guys in person if you sell to. Oh, yeah.
Now
some
the owner of
quirky
Luke
thing
Berg's
we can come up
Excursion.
with. I think that would be a blast. But yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions of cars that you find that are close-ish to us that we could make work, we're definitely open to it. But once again, these things go fast, so the dynamic changes very quickly around here. Juan, thank you for joining us on the panel. I'm sorry we
my
didn't
pleasure
get
being quiet.
you didn't get to talk as much, but that's okay. We got a
it's
whole
all right.
series coming up
Yeah,
out
we do.
here very shortly
Yep.
where you will get to talk aplenty, and we'll make sure
Oh,
the
they hear
audience
a lot
gets
more
it
from
too. So thank you, G. Davis, with the upgraded toilet and clawfoot tub. All right. We got it. I don't know how that's going to fit in that tiny bed, but someone will try. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll report more as more
we'll
happens.
see.
But right now, it's just tentatively in the air. We don't know when the first car might get purchased. It's going to be cool, though. It's going to be fun. Please tell all your friends that we're doing this. We want to get this rolling. We want to have some fun with it. And tell people about TRC Rex, because obviously a lot has been done there, too. And those videos will be coming out, including one this week, I believe.
I think so.
Where dry ice blasting is happening. So be on the lookout for that on Wednesday. All right. For real this time. We'll see you guys later. See you Thursday.
See ya.
Bye.